This deck's ability to spam the DPE Scythe lock is really insane. Of any of the 1-card starters we have, you can go into the full DPE Scythe lock and completely lock your opponent out of the game if you go first. When you go second, you have plenty of room for hand traps, and you have plenty of room also for going second cards. So let's go ahead and see this deck in action. As you can see here, we're actually going first, and we open up the full combo with Lady Debug and Backup Secretary. So we're gonna start with Lady Debug, and we also had Crossout Designator in case our opponent had Nibiru. And then we go through the main combo, which is Link Disciple, and then Link Devotee. With Disciple's ability, we're gonna tribute Devotee to draw a card and send our card from our hand to the deck. And then Devotee is gonna special summon 2 tokens that we're gonna use one of them with Link Disciple to make Dagda. And then we're gonna use the last token to make Devotee again, which is gonna trigger Dagda's ability to set. And then we're gonna use those 2 monsters to make Verte Anaconda, which is gonna send Fusion Destiny to summon DPE from the deck. And then on our opponent's turn, we have the option of using DPE the moment our opponent enters the standby phase. However, we're gonna try to be playing around impermanence, even though we have Crossout Designator here set. So we're gonna wait for our opponent to make a play and summon a monster first to pop Verte and Scythe to trigger the lock successfully, hopefully. So our opponent here is searching for a card, and then they summon a monster, and that moment we trigger DPE, popping Scythe and Verte. And then Scythe's ability is gonna lock the opponent out of the extra deck. And then on our upcoming turn, we can see DPE's power. Because we sent Dasher, we're gonna use Dasher ability to special summon the Nibiru we just top decked, which is like 3k attack, and that's really huge in the game right now. Because we can actually OTK the opponent here. With Dotscaper, we're gonna make Masquerade, and since she's a Cyberse monster, Dotscaper is gonna resummon itself, and then we're gonna use that to make Unicorn, and then we're gonna use DPE and Unicorn to make Access Code Talker to seal the deal and win the game. And in this game, we can see that we opened Firewall Guardian and Fusion Destiny, so we're actually able to do the full combo, and in case our opponent interrupts the Verte Anaconda, we have Fusion Destiny in our hand as a backup plan. So we go through the main combo again. That's gonna be able to set the Scythe and DPE lock, hopefully without any interruptions. And we also have hand traps in our hand like Ronald Lockberg and Ash Blossom, just in case our opponent tries to survive on the next turn. And we also have Crossout Designator for hand traps. So as you can see here, we actually make Verte Anaconda and go through the same combo successfully. However, in this game, we decide to pop Scythe with DPE the moment the opponent enters the standby phase, because we're actually able to play through impermanence with Crossout Designator. And as you can see here, Scythe is locking the opponent out of the extra deck, and the opponent is actually unable to make any plays here. We use Ronald Lockbird for just good measure, and then we negate the duplication with Ash Blossom. And then on our turn, with DPE's ability to resummon itself, he's gonna come back. And then Dasher is also gonna special summon Firewall Guardian. And since Celestial is in the graveyard and we have no cards in our hand, we're actually able to pop, we're actually able to minus 2 cards and draw 2 cards. Which is gonna make us spam Link Summon, and then Firewall Guardian is gonna resummon itself also again. Which is gonna make us make Unicorn, and then through that we're gonna climb into Access Code Talker and win the game from there. Access Code is gonna clear the board and open up the field for lethal. And in this game, we're actually going second against Dragon Mates. We open only Impermanence as an interruption, but it seemed like that was enough to end the opponent's first turn, and then allowing us to make the plays on our turn. We actually have Lady Debug and Firewall Guardian, so we have the option of starting our combo next turn. We decide to do Firewall Guardian because it's safer against Ash, and we see the opponent is setting 1 card, so we want to try and bait that 1 set card before we make the Verte Anaconda and summon DPE. As you can see here, this is just the standard combo. We could have also allowed the Ash to resolve without negating it, because Link's Disciple tributing Devotee is still gonna trigger Devotee even if Link's Disciple didn't resolve successfully. So we make Link Spider here, and we try to bait out the set card with unique like Nightmare Phoenix, and it turned out to be impermanence. So we can proceed through our plays normally here. We make Birthday Anaconda, we summon DPE, and then we try to play the control game. We have no Scythe lock though here, so the opponent might be able to push through. So we have to time our DPE at the right moment. As you can see here, I see the opponent is searching, and then they special summon Hospitality with and then they send Changeover, and they add Changeover to their hand. And since the fusion monster for Dragon Mains required them to have a level 5 or higher Dragon Monster, we try to pop the level 5 or higher Dragon Monster before they use it for the fusion summon. And then in the upcoming turn, DPE is gonna come back, and then we can replay the same thing again. So, however, here we make with Lady Debug with Search Secretary, and then we use both of them after we use Celestial to draw 2 cards. We're gonna make Dagda, and then we're gonna trigger Dagda with DPE to set Scythe, so we're able to make the Scythe lock on the opponent's upcoming turn, preventing them from fusion summoning. And we can actually seal the deal from there, hopefully. So, on the standby phase, we pop Scythe and DPE, and lock our opponent out of the extra deck. And as you can see here, we just win the game through our Scythe lock again in the second turn, even though we went second. So that was it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the deck and you're able to use it and spam the DPE Scythe lock on ladder, preventing the opponent from summoning anything from the extra deck, and you make them hate DPE. See you in the next one, guys.